Another exciting day on my channel. My name is Marshall3498, and I finally did it, everybody who watched my channel a lot. I bought a KLR. This is a 2022 Kawasaki KLR 650, the Traveler Edition, that comes with the top box, only in orange, and you can only get it with just ABS. It doesn't even come without the option. So without further ado, let's get on, get this bike start breaking in. I really have been waiting for this day for a super long time, and I'm very excited. Yeah, the bike looks like it's used because my phone holder is already on, but I literally did that in the parking lot with a set of tools. Only redneck does stuff like that, right? But you know, I did ride one of these bikes at a demo day, so I am a little bit familiar with it. But I've got 35 miles before I get back in my area to get used to it. So there's that. So if I can ever get out in all the traffic, of course it is Friday at almost lunchtime, so there's that. But you know, I bought this bike at Greenville Mountain Motorsports in Greenville, Tennessee. Super awesome people to deal with. They're actually the dealer that did the recall work on my Yamaha FJR. Super nice folks, really professional, and oh that's fun. I think I hit the mirror. Oh dear Lord, probably did that while ago. Oh, I don't think it ever got tight, or I think I broke it loose trying to tighten it. But oh well, I'll fix that here in a minute. That's gonna get very annoying. But you know, I've wanted this bike for a long time. I'm already in fifth gear. Wow. I've wanted this bike for a long time, and it's something that, you know, I just kept, you know, looking my mind out there, what's going on, and how's, you know, how am I going to do it? I worked, and still am, worked a second job for a good while, over almost already a year, to save up majority of what this bike cost, and you know, saved up here and there when I could too. Bike's a little tricky to get in neutral. I was trying to fix this mirror. Was it this red light? I don't think I can. That really stinks. I can't really see anything out of them very good anyway, but I thought when I was back here at the dealer I went to adjust it and I felt it pop, but I didn't realize I actually broke it loose until I went and got on the road. That's a bit discerning, but I do already have a set of the double take adventure mirrors coming forward anyway that should be at my residence today actually, so it's not that big of a deal. But I do see why everybody complains about the stock KLR windscreen. It's a fairly windy day here today, and it seems like all the air is just being pushed right to my, right on my chest. Not very much on my head, but there is a lot on my chest. So I did buy the short V-Stream windshield, the dark tint, so that'll kind of look a little better too aesthetically, I think. Hopefully y'all can't see that mirror in the video too bad. It's not getting our nerves. It's not really much I can do about it right now. But literally, the bike, as you can see, has 2 miles on it. That's odometer, not the trip. Brand new. So we're just taking it easy, you know, try to keep it 50 and under, give a bike a decent break-in, not flog it too hard. And you know, it's a bike I'm not used to either. You know, I'm used to my FJR, which is miles and miles different than what this is, so it's not that big of a deal. But you know, these KLRs, they do a lot of things well, but nothing great. They kind of have like a C or a B plus across the report card scale, and that's kind of the reason I bought it. You know, I want to start doing some light off-road riding. There are some gravel roads only about 45 minutes from me, and kind of start there and get my feet wet into the whole off-road scene and just see what happens and how I like it. And I think this bike is just a good happy middle ground for all of it. You know, from going to light off-roading to interstate speeds ish. I know, you know, nobody buys a motorcycle right on the interstate, but these bikes will do 80, 85, fairly easy without really wringing its neck. 70 is probably better. But you know, if you had to get on the interstate, you're not limited to that like you would be, say, like a 300 dual sport. And that's kind of why I went with this class. These bikes are, you know, really inexpensive for what all you get, and you know, they're decent on the road. They're decent off-road. They're not super heavy. You know, these, like the one I bought, I think it weighs like 465, something like that, which, yeah, sounds heavy, but really isn't really that heavy. Seat height was another determining factor for me, where I'm only 5'10" with a 32-inch inseam, so I can ride most of, but I didn't grow up riding dirt bikes. So the whole thing of, I'd like to at least get the balls of my feet down, if need be, is the best case scenario. And I can't really, I hope I'm recording. I can't even tell on my screen. I forgot to check. I think I am. But you know, these bikes, they're, like I said, they're okay at everything, but do nothing great. But like I said, the seat height, all the other adventure bikes I've ridden, I was just barely on my tiptoes, and to be new to off-road riding, yeah, I wasn't really down for that. Everybody, you know, yes, you can work around that if you're, you know, used to riding taller stuff. You know, grew up, like I said, growing up riding dirt bikes, that's one thing, but I didn't do that, so I don't, you know, I just had to, you know, go upon a little everything a little different and reach a good happy medium. You know, these bikes, even though they weigh, like I said, like 465, the new gen KLRs, don't really feel that way to me, but I am used to a bike that weighs 645 pounds, so that might have something to do with it, but they really don't to me. And you know, they're really good on the road. This bike's super comfortable, really upright, just one hand on the bar, just riding in traffic, no big deal. And you know, these don't make a ton of power, but they're, like I said, they're good happy middle ground of everything: power, price, seat height, weight. And they just, you know, they're kind of the blue collar, so to speak, working man's adventure bike, you know, and they're the most dual sportiest of adventure bikes out there. Well, at least I know the brakes work pretty well. Thanks, people. No warning. But you know, yes, they are a little bit vibey because they're a single cylinder, but they're not terrible. You know, if you ride a motorcycle, you're not riding a motorcycle for luxury and comfort of everything. There's always going to be a compromise. You know, like if the bike's got really good wind protection, oh yeah, it's going to be quieter and better protected in colder weather, but it's also going to be really hot in hot weather riding. So everything in life's about compromise, and adventure bikes are no exception. But now I can officially call myself an adventure bro, right? I really hate that mirror, because I can see all the stuff passing me this way. But whatever. But the dealers themselves, you know, mirrors are probably not something that they really spent that much time on. I don't, you know, really, that's not a negative to me. Like a lot of people are probably like, well, you know, the tech should have inspected everything better. Yeah, not everybody's perfect. You know, a mirror's not that big of a deal. If a chain adjustment was out of sync, that'd be a much bigger deal to me. But you know, what do I know? But yeah, I mean, the bike, you know, the Traveler does, by the way, if y'all don't know, the mid-level already comes with the 12-volt here and USB on the other side. So you get most of the stuff that you get on the Traveler without the hard bags and the little bottom little engine guard. That, and I'm not really a big fan of camo, and that's the only color you can get those in. So, but I think like the Traveler for me though would kind of be a waste, because I wouldn't want to run those hard kind of plastic bags off-road riding. Yeah, they'd be okay for a day trip or ride to work, but it wasn't something I was willing to do, because it's, you know, more money. So it's not a lot more, but it is a little bit more. I think it's like another $700 or $800, but to me it just seemed like a waste. Plus I love orange. Look at this thing, it's orange. I'm a big UT Vol fan. I know, go ahead and hate me, say they suck, whatever, but I like it. I bleed orange, you know, I'm from Tennessee, so that's kind of a bonus. Worked out in my favor. because you know the Traveler doesn't come in anything but orange. And the desert sand is okay, like that kind of khaki color, but it's not my favorite, to say the least. So I looked out. Yeah, the bike's incredible. You know, like I said, it's not the greatest at anything, but it does everything decent. I mean, you know, 50 miles an hour, not a whole lot of wind blast. Like I said, that screen is kind of bleh, but I'm used to the FJR too, so it's not terrible. It's probably a good, you know, like off-road riding screen, but a touring screen, no, it's not. And it is in the low position, I think. I didn't even check, like I said, because I knew I already had another aftermarket one on the way. So, no big deal. Hey, we're at mile 5 now. Hey! Sorry, this video, I do sound a little more hyper than normal. But it's new bike day. Who's not going to be excited, right? Never had a brand new motorcycle. I've had I think one brand new truck in my life, but never a brand new bike. This is my 4th bike. I've been riding for 7 years, so it's fun. And it really does, you know, the off-road, you know, the adventure riding position is really comfortable. It's kind of odd. It feels like my arms are a little farther apart than what they would naturally be. But it's not terrible. It's just something I'm gonna have to get used to. You know, I'm used to a sport touring ride position, so not near as good of a thing, I guess. But it's not, like I said, it's not terrible. I can deal with it. And you know, it helps to give you better leverage, I guess, off-road riding while standing up. But the bars, you know, like my elbows aren't locked. My arms don't feel like they're up too high this way, so that's good. But bike feels fine, you know. Like I rode it that demo day. I think we got up to about 55, 57, and the bike felt fine. And you know, brand new tires. I know, be easy on it. That's kind of why it's good. Some of this stretch before I get closer to home, before I get on some back roads, because this way that'll kind of break in just the center more of the tire, and it won't be as sketchy leaning over. But you know, the only bad part is this speed limit road I'm on is 55, and I'm doing 51, so whatever. I'm not gonna flog on the bike too hard. It is still brand new, but you know, the thing I like about everything is just the bike. It's just everything works really well. It's cheap. Parts are available. KLR people are everywhere. And yes, before all the KLR people talk about it, the doohickey, I know it's a problem. I'm not going to do the Eagle mic upgrade yet. Probably going to wait till it's out of warranty or close to out of warranty. Maybe over the winter, give me a little project to do when it's a dead of winter here and I can't really ride for about 6 to 8 weeks. We'll see how that goes. I would probably maybe do it myself, maybe. Fairly mechanically inclined. I know it's not super hard. If you take your time and go through all the detail stuff, it's not undoable. But you know, I'm sure you save yourself at least $2, $3, maybe more like $500 in labor of a dealer doing it. And of course, your local dealer's going to be like, you know, that's going to avoid your warranty. And I'll be like, I know, I don't care, do it anyway. But Eagle Mike himself, and I've listened to tons of stuff about this and watched tons of stuff about this on YouTube. Eagle Mike himself, I heard him say it. As long as the bike is maintained, you know, as far as the factory setup, as long as you don't ride it, say, any more than about 5,000 or 6,000 miles, it's okay. And just make sure oil levels are okay, and make sure you do the little adjustment on your first couple oil changes. And other than that, it's fine. So that's what I'm gonna do. If it messes up under a factory warranty, it's their baby, not mine. So whatever. It's kind of my take of it. And you know, it's not, like I said, it's not a deal breaker. It can be fixed. So it didn't put me off from buying the bike. I'll put it that way. The thermal mod, though, I'm probably going to do within the next couple months, or maybe about the next month. It just kind of depends on how much I get time for everything. Because it is, you know, June here in Tennessee, and it will be getting really hot really soon. And that way it'll kind of maintain the temperature of the motor. That job doesn't look bad except for making sure you'll have a coolant leak. I've watched a couple install videos on that, and that doesn't seem too terribly bad, like I said, because, you know, just doing everything the right way and just taking your time in the garage. I think that's where a lot of home mechanics get all freaked out, and they're like, oh, what am I going to do? It's like, it's okay. Just take your time, relax. If you need to step away for a minute, go take a break. You know, some of the stuff I've done on my FJR maintenance-wise, I've done that myself. You know, it says, you know, take a break. You get too frustrated, something you can't quite do, just take a minute, relax, walk away. That's the best thing to do before you know, get the bigger hammer. It's not necessarily always a good idea. Yeah, the bike's great, except for, you know, not, like I said, really running it up real hard. But trust me, like, look at these people. These people on this road, I know, because that's the dealer that I get some of my FJR service done at. If you don't go down this road like 70 or 75 and a 55, even though this is not an interstate, it's just like a 4-lane highway, people will go absolutely crazy and run over each other. Like, look, there's 3 cars in a fast lane. This one just switched back. They're nuts. So I'm gonna let them be. I'm gonna sit back here on my new bike and enjoy it. And they can do whatever they want to up there. I'm not getting right in the middle of that. Plus, like I said, bike's brand new. Don't want to flag on real hard, but you know, the whole adventure riding scene, I get it. Like, my FJR is comfortable. Don't get me wrong. This thing, even though it's more simple and much slower and all that, I understand now the adventure riding style. Yes, I've rode adventure bikes before, but it is a little different when it's your own bike, I guess. And you can kind of just ride it how you want to. You can ride it as conservative or as fast as you want. So, whatever. You know, now the whole thing begins on a few modifying parts and, you know, drop protection and 50-50 tire choice. There's so much of that stuff out there online, it's crazy. There's probably 4 or 5, you know, you can look top up adventure tire and you might get 4 or 5 different answers on YouTube. You know, and that's just going by like the view count. And it's crazy to think there's that many choices, but you know, adventure bikes are the new thing within the last 4 or 5 years. They've really blown up. And that's why I bought one. I'm like, you know, I wonder where that goes. Let's turn it back railroad and see. And as long as you got fuel and, you know, a riding buddy with you, make sure nobody gets hurt, it's all good. You know, no big deal. And, you know, and you know, like I said, the FJR, not FJR, it's so weird too that I bought a bike, the bike I have now at home, and this one, both end in R, and both have 3 letters in the model name, KLR and FJR. I did not do that on purpose, but that's just kind of how it worked out. So whatever. But the bikes, you know, I'm really happy so far. I'm probably gonna put like 100 miles on this today, at least 50 or 60 anyway. Because, you know, I think it's like 35 miles to get home. And this, and the stock tires really, they are a little buzzy on the road, but that may be this road, or it may just be characteristic of the bike. I don't know. But the bike feels good. You know, it's pretty stable back and forth. I don't want to do it too hard, like I said, because tires aren't really broken in yet. That's kind of what I do. Like a lot of people said, new tires. I ride kind of like I'm riding in the rain, sort of. Just really easy and gentle for about the first 50 miles till the tires get scrubbed in a little bit. And after that, it's okay. But yeah, we'll just see what see, like right there. That right there is nice. All those little bumps. And then that off-road suspension, a little more travel, just glides over it. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it already. I do not regret my purchase at all. No way. I've done tons of research. Everybody watching my channel know I kept going back and forth, especially between two or three different bikes, and just seeing what all was out there. And I'm really just over the moon that now I finally have it, and it's mine. And you know, that's a good feeling. You know, see, I'm even getting love from the Harley guys. They don't care. Not all Harley guys are bad guys. Not everybody waves. Whatever. not that big of a deal. But yeah, I really like it. I do have a turn coming up soon, so I'm gonna let this car go. Come on, car. There we go. So on that, guys, if you've not already done so, and please, that's about all I got for today's motovlog, and it's just kind of my first ride of the new bike, even though I've already ridden one before, but yeah, whatever. But if you've not already done so, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and we will see you on the next motovlog on the KLR. Some KLR content coming now, so hope everybody's looking forward to that as much as I am. Look forward to riding this that much more. So other than that, guys, stay safe, have fun, get out there and ride and enjoy this all this beautiful scenery. I know that's what I'm gonna do. So on that, guys, we'll see you on the next one. See ya.